Doing business in India is becoming steadily easier, reports Economist Intelligence Unit (EIU). Singapore retains its number one spot in the best business environment in the world for the next 5 years, says EIU in the report. It has held this position for the last 15 years. Canada and Denmark were ranked joint second, with US and Switzerland occupying fourth and fifth places respectively. India, Vietnam, Thailand, Belgium, Sweden and Costa Rica made the biggest improvement over the past year in their business environments, whereas China, Bahrain, Chile and Slovakia deteriorated the most. Hello, I'm Anjana Premkumar, and let us know how this ranking is assessed by the Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU. The EIU's Business Environment Ranking BER measures the attractiveness of the business environment in 82 countries on the quarterly basis using a standard analytical framework with 91 indicators. The model examines 11 categories such as political and macroeconomic environments, market opportunities, policy towards private enterprise and competition, taxes, financing, and labor market. Each category contains a number of indicators that are assessed by the EIU for the past 5 years and the next 5. The latest ranking for Q2 of 2023 shows that North America and Western Europe continue to be the best places in the world to do business. Asia ranks third ahead of Eastern Europe, while Latin America marginally outperforms the Middle East and Africa. The EIU's Business Environment Ranking scores for India shows that doing business in the country is becoming steadily easier. India moved from the position up to 6 spots globally and climbed from 14th in the 2018-22 period to 10th in the 2023-27 period among the 17 economies in the Asian region that was in the survey. The improvement is mostly attributable to gains in its scores for foreign trade and exchange controls, infrastructure and technological readiness. India's highest scoring category is market opportunities, helped by the large and growing domestic market that the country offers. India has also benefited from global geopolitical trends, in particular the tensions between the US and China. The report explains that over the last decade, global manufacturing supply chains have been through a period of turbulence. Geopolitical strains between the US and China, the rapid adoption of e-commerce, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Russia-Ukraine war have led to a rethinking of strategies for reshoring, sourcing, the diversification of supply routes, and the localization of manufacturing. Many companies have become wary of supply chain over-reliance on China, the world's factory, and are implementing on considering China Plus One strategies aimed at building production across multiple markets. China has been losing favor with international investors who are shying away from the Middle Kingdom due to regulatory changes stemming from the statist direction of economic policy as well as rising local cost weight. This has resulted in China being labeled as the biggest loser in the EIU survey, failing 11 spots in the global rankings compared to a year ago. In India, a strong, stable economy and access to a large labor supply form the basis of its appeal to investors. In addition, policy reforms are making it easier to do business in India, and the researchers at the EIU are expecting major improvements in areas such as infrastructure, taxation and trade regulation, which will boost investment. Another factor playing to India's advantage is its generally youthful demographic, which promises good availability of labor. EIU forecasts India's working age population to expand by almost 100 million in the period to 2030, pushing it comfortably past 1 billion, which that of China will fall by 40 million to under 950 million. India's median age of 28.4 years compares favorably with that of 38.4 years in China. The rise in population creates an additional incentive for the government to develop the manufacturing sector to absorb additional workers. However, the low labor participation rate remains a weakness in India's labor market environment. The overall labor participation rate in India consistently falls short of 50% below peer economics, mainly because female participation in the labor force remains extremely low. As a result, India's labor force is smaller than that of China, even though it has a larger working age population. Gains in development and education will boost the participation rate, but it will remain a limit on potential. Low levels of literacy and technical skills are further constrained. Singapore suffers similar labor market issues despite Singapore's number one ranking. It remains one of Singapore's few real weak points. EIU in its report says that it expects the city-state's score to decrease slightly over the next 5 years. Although upskilling has been a main focus area among workers, tighter restrictions on foreign labor will worsen staff shortages already hampering many major sectors. Singapore, however, had perfect scores in the areas of policy towards foreign investment and foreign trade and exchange controls. It was also the highest scoring country in terms of technological readiness, an indication of successful government policies to develop technology infrastructure and the startup ecosystem. This is Anjana signing off. If you like this video, do comment and share. For further news and updates, keep watching Kaumudy Global.